So you're welcome. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Okay. I think we're live on Facebook. Yeah, so let's get started. It is my practice to always draw up an agenda for the class. Yeah, we'll drop the agenda and we will go through the agenda. So what is our agenda for tonight? Okay, agenda is right here. So tonight we'll be looking at a few things. The agenda. So number one, introduction. I'll introduce myself. Introduction. Founder, data consultant. That is me. Then introduction of digital consulting itself. Who are we at digital consulting? The number three, why tech? Why tech? Why break into tech? And why cybersecurity? Why tech? Why break into tech? Why cybersecurity? Number four, what exactly is cybersecurity? What exactly is cybersecurity? So number five, the fifth thing we're looking at tonight is how to actually break into cybersecurity without a tech background. How to actually break into cybersecurity without a tech background. Then number six will be the next steps. And number seven, questions and answers. Right, so introduction of the founder, introduction of digital consulting, why tech, why break into tech, why cybersecurity, what exactly is cybersecurity, how to actually break into cybersecurity without a tech background, the next steps, questions, and answers. So without much ado, let's get into it right away because we have a long way to go. And tonight, Abid and Ranjan will be with us. So we need to hit the ground running. So who am I? I'm the founder of Digital Consulting, but before Digital Consulting, I worked at PwC PricewaterhouseCoopers, and I was there from 2013 to 2018 as a senior tax accountant and transfer pricing professional. And I say this because I want many of my viewers and listeners to also understand that just like them, I broke into tech without a tech background. So I did it, and if I could do it, and if many of my tutors and many of my students could do it, then you can also do it. So that is very important. I came from an accounting background, but now for the past 5 years, I've been sleeping tech, drinking tech, eating tech, right? So like I said here, then after 5 years at PricewaterhouseCoopers, I worked as a senior tax accountant with the largest indigenously owned Nigerian oil exploration and production company. And I was there from December 2018 to February 2020 as a tax and transfer pricing professional. So by February 2020, I dropped my resignation letter. It was a good job. I was earning 7 figures every month. I was paid allowances in dollars and a lot of things. But why did I drop the resignation letter? Because by 2019, I got into tech and I saw the opportunities in tech. And before I resigned, I was already doing twice my salary from my tech side also. So I just left and I dived in, and it's been wonderful all the way. So I'm married. This is my lovely wife. I'm a fun person. I love to travel. I'm a pastor. So I'm three things. I'm a tech trainer. I run digital consulting. I'm a real estate developer, and I pastor a church. So this was at the first service of the church at Ogba, Lagos. Yeah, this was at the start of the church. Yeah, so a few things about myself. Okay, I think a few pictures here and there will do. Yeah, a few pictures will do. So let's get to it. Yeah, let's get to it. Need to do this ASAP. So, yeah, it's me right here. Yeah. Okay. Like I said, I'm a fun-loving person. So this was in Dubai some times ago. Okay, so yeah, so like I said, I'm a real estate developer. So yeah, I was talking to a cross-section of realtors and real estate developers in Nigeria and trying to show them how tech could help their businesses. So here, I used to do this pre-COVID. So here I was talking to a section of Nigerians about opportunities in tech, but I no longer do this. I do my things online now, though we have a physical office in Lagos. So the same thing here, I was talking to, yeah, so this was where we started from, yeah. There's a church program, yeah. So what else about me? I have an Instagram page that you can watch for those who love to check out some. So yeah, here's my Instagram page, personal Instagram page that could refer to, personal Instagram page you could refer to. So could go there. Let's see. Okay. So let's search. Okay. Right here. So this is my page on Instagram. So you want to hear my thoughts, just go there and check out one or two things about myself. Nothing business, just a personal page where I share my thoughts, right? So we're done with item 1 so fast. Now we move to item 2 because item 1 is just there. So now let's look at introduction of digital consulting. So I've introduced myself, then introduction of digital consulting itself. So how do you know about digital consulting? Now, at this point, I always have to say this. I have met a lot of people during the course of doing this for 5 years. Digital Consulting is a tech training institute. We are headquarters in Nigeria, but we have tutors and students in Europe region, which is the United Kingdom that we are doing tonight, then in the North America region and in Africa. So the Africa region is Nigeria, Ghana, Kenya, Rwanda, and South Africa. Europe is United Kingdom, Ireland, Germany. Then the North America region is US and Canada. So we have tutors in these 3 regions, tutors and career coaches that helps people to master the tech skill and to transition to tech. And we have been doing this for the past 5 years. And I've met quite a lot of people who reach out and say, oh yeah, I really want to learn tech. I want to master tech, but I've tried to learn tech at an institute before. and I had bad experiences. I hope digital is just different. You know, this is what they will tell us, but by the time we start, it's something else. Okay, so here's what I tell people, that you don't have to take anybody's word for it. Everybody will declare their own righteousness. Everybody will tell you how good they are and how they are the best thing that has happened. So here's what you need to do. If you will ever pay for any tech training at any institute. So I have been doing this now for 5 years, but I'm still learning. I still take courses. I still attend trainings, because in the field of tech, if you don't keep yourself updated, you will soon be outdated, right? So here's what you should do if you are really serious about learning from the right institute. So number one is you go to Google and you check out the reviews. You go to Google and you check out the reviews of the organization. So that's the first thing, because the reviews will tell you the experiences of people with the organization, not just what they said about themselves, but what others who have experienced them have to say. So that means if you are listening to Digital Consulting, if you should really listen to us, then the starting point is to find out what others have said about us. So just check. Now check and check, take your time and check. Of course, many people will always leave a bad review if they have a bad experience, but most people who have a good experience, we hardly leave a review, right? But all the same, we still have a lot of reviews from students who felt it necessary to check us out. So that's the first thing to start with. Now, the second thing is check them out on Google, right? So check them out on Google. Well, you could check our website, but of course, that is what we say about ourselves. So why not check out our newspaper mentions, our media mentions? Well, Independent Newspaper Nigeria will be mentioned there. We've been mentioned. Business Day will be mentioned. Nairaland will be mentioned there. Vanguard, This Day Live, Guardian, Independent, Business Day, right? So just check that out. That makes number two. Now, number three, go to LinkedIn. Very important. Go to LinkedIn. And I will show you why. Why should you go to LinkedIn? Because first of all, it shows what their students are actually doing with what they've learned. So that is what LinkedIn does. It shows what their students are doing with what they've learned. So let's start from this. Today, I got a message. One of our students who just passed the Cybersecurity Plus, and he's still in the class. His training is still ongoing. He hasn't even finished his training, but I just got a notification on LinkedIn that he had tagged me on LinkedIn. So let's check it out. So you search for the organization. So look at it. Now, this is my own backend, right? So, but this is from the backend. So let me try to start showing you, but I will show you how you can check from your own side. So here is one of our UK students who tagged me, right? So you can see Kamal Din Al-Hassan. He just obtained his CompTIA Security Plus, thanking Digital Consulting, his tutors, Bengadino, Shegun Ebenezer, and talking about the things he has learned so far. So he's already a CompTIA Security Plus. Now, he started his training, I think, March, and his class is still on right now, but he has CompTIA already. So that shows you, and there are many of them, but apparently this was what came in today. So this was the one that I had today that I could check on. So let me also see. Okay, let's look at this. Kamal, who else tagged me? Who else tagged me? So I'll just check two more here. Okay, he tagged me in his project. This was a project. This was a project, right? So this is happy that he has completed his certificate. He's happy, so he tagged me here. Okay, so Kamal also got ISC squared, right? He also got ISC squared. Yeah. So this is another student. So that just goes on and on. I'm happy that I've earned this. So let me just check one of them, right? So that it won't just be Kamal alone. So this just goes on and on. So this is how you know what an organization is up to, what they've been doing. So you can see, so this is Mary. Of course, this is the cloud class, but so yeah, she has gotten her AZ 900 through to announce it, thanking Digital Consulting and her tutors, for getting the certification, right? So, but that is from my own backend. Now, let me show you how you can check the activities of the students of an organization. So when you see what the students are doing, it gives you an idea of what will happen to you when you get into that program. It's not a rocket science, right? So let's get into it now. Go on LinkedIn. Then when you get on LinkedIn, you do digital consulting, as you can see here, right? So you search digital consulting on LinkedIn, then you click on post, digital consulting post, right? Then when you see post, you can see what the students are up to. So Chinedu, I'm happy that I'm starting a new position as an ethical at digital consulting. This Christian also, Alugo Emmanuel, right? So we'll continue Toro, Inform. So you can check out these people. You see, these are real people, working professionals who have daytime jobs and who are trying to transition, right? So you could go on and on. Like then you go to page 2 and you keep seeing the post. So you can see how engaging, because at times, so you can see Olumide, who's already working on TriAcme, is an digital student. So you can see how practical and how engaging our programs are, because this is one of the challenges people have. Oh, is it going to be theory? Are we going to learn theory? So you see the classes are live classes. As you can see from here, these are not pre-recorded classes. They are live classes and they are very engaging. You can see Hussein Sadiq, Bob Suit, right? So on and on and on. Hussein Sadiq is working on some very serious tools here, right? On and on and on. So let me just do the third page. So that is number 3 way of checking an organization out to see what they actually do. So he has a 30-day cybersecurity challenge. Okay, this is a data analyst program. So this is David Felix. So you can see he's another digital student. You can see what they are doing. He's doing a project on cloud and he's tagging digital consulting, the journey so far. So this gives you an idea of, so here is a practical class, right? You can see how practical the class is here and how engaging it is. So they are working on tools. I think in this class, they are using Wireshark, capturing packets. So that just gives you an idea of how the class is, right? So then the final thing is check out the Instagram handle, right? And see what else they have there. So here we're going to check our Instagram handle. Let's check Instagram and see what we have on Instagram, right? So these are Instagram handle here. And you have student job testimonials, student exam testimonial, job testimonials, student job testimonials, class completion testimonials, right? So you could also take your time and check all this out. So that being said, I think my assignment number 2 has been successfully delivered. If I'm right, I've successfully delivered on assignment 2. So let's get into this. Yeah, so if you are still with me, can I see your hands? If you're right with me, can I see your hands? If you're with me, please let me see your hands. Let me see your hands. So we've introduced digital consulting. Digital consulting has been successfully introduced to us all, right? So yeah, I can see there are people who are with me. Now, the next thing is why tech? Why tech? Why break into tech? Why a career in tech? Why tech? Why break into tech? Why a career in tech? This is very, very important. Why tech? Why break into tech? Why a career in tech? So I would share a slide to bring this home. I'll share a slide to bring this home about why tech is very important and why we should be considering tech. And we'll address all this thing about, oh, do I need to have a computer science background? Oh, do I need to learn programming? Do I need to do this? So let's just run through this as fast as we can. So why tech? Then we'll verify. So we make an hypothesis and we prove the hypothesis. So let's get into it. Why tech? Why switch to a career in tech? Now, IT opportunities are abundant, but the laborers are few. Just hold that thought there. We will prove it now. In tech, there's potential for remote jobs, flexible job schedules, freelancing, and a shortcut into making 6-digit income. Now, no IT background needed. There are many tech jobs that don't even require a university degree. Not all, but some actually don't require a university degree. I'll show you. No age constraints. We also try to check out Bookie Wright. Bookie Wright transitioned into cybersecurity at the age of 44. Bookie Wright is an ex-Nollywood actress, and at 44, she transitioned into cybersecurity. So if she can do it, you can do it. So LinkedIn is your friend. There are remote jobs. So let's just get to LinkedIn. Let's get to LinkedIn. And let's have this. So cybersecurity has many job roles. And what we want to show us tonight is that there are a lot of job opportunities in tech, and there are a lot of job opportunities in cybersecurity. Of course, these jobs are not going to fall on your laps. They won't just drop on your laps. But the truth is, there are jobs, and there are lots of jobs. That is reality. There are jobs, and there are a whole lot of jobs. They won't fall on your laps, but the jobs are there. So take it. So let's get there. Let's get into it. So first of all, let's do cybersecurity. Cybersecurity. And when we do cybersecurity, this class is for people in the United Kingdom and Ireland and Germany. So let's just use UK as a case study. Cybersecurity jobs, cybersecurity jobs. Okay, cybersecurity jobs. We click on jobs. And yeah, so I will not even do European Union. I'm just going to do United Kingdom. Do United Kingdom, cybersecurity jobs, United Kingdom. And so we have 10,000 here, but I'm not interested in the 10,000. So let me just apply a filter. I'm interested in the last 1 week. Date posted, the last 1 week. Past 1 week. So yeah. So in the last 1 week, we've had 3,663 jobs posted on LinkedIn alone relating to cybersecurity. Now, there is still Indeed, there is Monster, there is Reed, there is Glassdoor. There are many other sites, but this is just LinkedIn. So anybody who has the skill and who has the proper career coaching support will always get jobs in cybersecurity. Now, we have students who started their training in April, who started their training in March, and some of them have gotten jobs already, even though their training is yet to end, right? So the opportunities are always there. And I'm talking of our students in the UK, right? So now we can see this, that this week alone in the United Kingdom, 3,663 jobs have been posted in cybersecurity alone. Cybersecurity alone, right? So of course, this is an internship, right? This is an internship, okay, which is not bad. An internship will give you experience. right? So this is 2 days ago, incident response. So now people will say things like, oh, you know, you need a computer science background, you need, okay, so let's look at this, bachelor's degree or equivalent experience. Now, it didn't even say bachelor's degree in computer science. Now it's saying all equivalent experience, meaning if you have experience, it is the same thing as having a bachelor's degree. Then some of you listening to me will now say, oh, okay, so but I don't have experience. Well, listen, in the field of tech, your project is equivalent to your work experience. That is how it is done. So when you go through a boot camp and in 6 months, you've gone through a lot of projects, you've handled a lot of projects, you've worked on tools, you've worked on real life scenarios, it is equivalent to 3 to 5 years experience out there. Don't worry, let's just continue. By the time Abid and Ranjan come over, I'll be able to explain this better to you. But right now, I'm just trying to show you how the jobs are. So now by next week, when you come here again, you will see a new set of jobs. You will see a new set of jobs entirely. So now what are the qualifications? 3 years relevant experience. Now, bachelor's degree, IT or related, or comparable work experience. Comparable work experience, right? So it's either you have a bachelor's degree that is in IT or you have a comparable work experience, right? So this is very important. We could just go on and on and on. This cybersecurity Lords group is 5 days ago. So I don't really have to say so much here because the reality is staring us at the face right here. What you will need, blah, 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 about working for us. That's all. Knowledge of cyber, knowledge of this, knowledge of this, knowledge of this. That is what you will need. So I just needed to establish that. Then let's check Bookie Right out. Let's check Bookie Right out. Bookie Right transitions to a career in tech. Why I love to give the example of Bookie Right is because Bookie Right is an ex-actress. This is an ex-actress, right? So it cannot get, it can't be as worse as that. It can't be as bad as that. Like, no tech background. This is an actress. So former Nollywood actress Bookie Right transitioned into a tech career at age 44. She currently works as a senior IT auditor in the US. So that's it. Now back to my slide, back to my outline for tonight. So why tech? Why break into tech? Why cybersecurity? So let's look at why cybersecurity. And at this point, I would show you my slide. I have a slide for you that will show you why you're breaking into tech, but why cybersecurity? Why cybersecurity? As you're breaking into tech, why is cybersecurity something to seriously consider? Of course, there are a lot of tech fields. There is cloud, there is cybersec, there's programming, there's data analysis. So why cybersecurity? Now, this is why. 2018, why cybersecurity is because cyber crimes are on the rise, they're on the increase. It's just that simple, right? It's just that simple. Cyber crimes are on the rise. So as of 2018, cost of cyber crime was $860 billion. $860 billion as of 2018. Now, by 2023, it was already $11.5 trillion. That is cost of cybercrime. And as you all know, organizations will not just sit back and watch you steal their money. So they will secure themselves. And how do they secure themselves? By buying more capable cybersecurity solutions and recruiting competent cybersecurity hands. So that is why cybersecurity is a very, very interesting field and an high in demand skill set, as you can see. So 2023 was $11.50 trillion. It is projected that in 2024, it will be $14.57 trillion. And by 2027, it will be $23.82 trillion. Now, this is projected. I believe that the actual will be higher than that. So Why cybersecurity? Is because cybercrime keeps increasing and the cost of cybercrime keeps increasing. Now, there are some other things to consider. Number one is there are regulations, and that is why in digital we teach both the technical and the non-technical. So there are regulations that you have to abide by. So even if an organization believes that, no, we are nothing, nobody's coming for us, governments don't believe that. So a lot of organizations have to comply with different cybersecurity standards. And that means they need to employ cybersecurity professionals. Now, so there's from the compliance side. Now, from the business side, there are times a company is bidding for a job, bidding for a contract, and they have, for instance, ISO 27001 audit file. Like, okay, they've been audited, they fulfill the requirements of ISO 27001, and it gives them an edge over other companies bidding for the same job, because you're showing them, oh, I'm compliant, I've audited myself, well, whatever we are doing, we are ISO 27001 compliant, right? Now, there are times, there's also something called third-party risk management. So an organization is also showing the company it's bidding for that, yes, we've done third-party risk assessment, we are secured, we've looked into all our third-party risk. So now this one is not a standard, but it helps that organization to get jobs, because they are showing whoever they want to partner with, whoever they want to go into business with, that they fulfill the required cybersecurity regulations. Standards are mandatory, standards are obligations, regulations are voluntary, but regulations are also important. It will help the business. Then number three, organizations, whether standards or regulations, some of them see a need to protect themselves. Some of them see a need to protect themselves, and that is why they employ ethical hackers, they have SOC analysts, they have incident responders. So it's a booming field. So that is why tech, why break into tech, why cybersecurity? Because cybersecurity is a booming field. Cost of cybercrime keeps rising every year. So now, that being said, what exactly is cybersecurity? What exactly is cybersecurity? What is cybersecurity? That is a very, very interesting question. What exactly is cybersecurity? So cybersecurity is the protection of digital assets. Let me share a slide to explain this better and to bring it home. A slide will be good to bring this home. Back to my slide. So what exactly is this thing called cybersecurity? What exactly is cybersecurity? So here we go. Now, cybersecurity refers to the practice of protecting computer systems, networks, software. So like I said, these are digital assets, computer systems. So, and there are different layers of cybersecurity. So there's a computer system, there's the network, because you can't be in the cyberspace without networks. There's the software. So these are layers. There's the software used by the computer systems. There's the data stored, transmitted through the networks and through the computer systems from digital attacks, unauthorized access, damage, or theft. It involves implementing measures to prevent, detect, respond to, and recover from cybersecurity attacks. Now, cybersecurity involves the implementation of measures and controls to ensure the confidentiality. Confidentiality means it is only authorized people that have access to that information. People who shouldn't have access to it don't have access to it. Confidentiality. Integrity. The information that authorized people have access to that information has not been manipulated. It has not been corrupted. Availability. The information is available when required. The information is confidential. The information has integrity, but is it available? That is where we have things like a DOS, denial of service attack, or DDoS, distributed denial of service attack. Now, in today's world, where organizations rely heavily on technology for various operations, cybersecurity is crucial to safeguard sensitive information and defend against cyber threats. These threats can come in various forms, including hackers, malwares, phishing attacks, ransomwares, and insider threats, right? So we look into all this. Now, let me share this with us. I have a wonderful picture of my system that captures this succinctly. It captures it well. Very wonderful picture that captures this well, right? So let's go there. So we're right here. Now, these are the different fields in cybersecurity. And we'll take it one after the other. One thing I love about cybersecurity is that there are different roles. There are different roles in cybersecurity. But what we do in Agital is that when you come through Agital, you have a foundational knowledge of cybersecurity. And in Agital, you master the top 3 skill sets in cybersecurity. And what are the top 3 skill sets? Cloud security, SOC, network security, which is still associated with SOC, and cloud security, and of course, threat intelligence and incident responder. Any Agital student can function in any of these areas, but you can also specialize as a pen tester, right? So our training, you have the foundation. So even if you're a pen tester, you pass through Agital, you understand cloud security very well. You understand SOC, network security, very well. You are very sound in threat intelligence, threat hunting, incident response, very well. But you can decide to now specialize in pen testing or any of these areas. So these are the domains in cybersecurity. There's application security. That is securing the application that is being used, securing the applications. There's cybersecurity architecture. These are people who design the architecture of an organization to ensure that everywhere is secured. There is cybersecurity audit, auditing systems, processes, people to ensure that everything is up to date. There's cloud. Cloud is very important. And like I said, when you register for the Agital Cybersecurity Program, cloud is a fundamental part of that training, because over there in the UK, like, you can't even say you're a cybersecurity professional if you don't have knowledge of cloud. Right now, don't get me wrong, cloud security doesn't mean you're a cloud engineer, but it means you can secure the cloud. And it's crucial because many of the jobs you will get, many of the jobs you will apply for, your knowledge of the cloud is needed, even as a cybersecurity professional. So there's cloud security engineer, there's compliance, there's education, which is what I'm doing tonight. So, and when it comes to cybersecurity awareness, this is very important because cybersecurity awareness is an ongoing thing. As a matter of fact, based on the relevant regulations, every organization should have cybersecurity awareness training every quarter. Every quarter, organizations should have cybersecurity awareness training based on cybersecurity regulations. Why? Because the threats at the beginning of the year are different from the threats right now. The threats we are faced with right now are different from the threats that started at the start of the year, because the dark web, these hackers, they keep evolving per time. They devote their life to this. Some of them do it for money. Some of them are criminals. Some of them do it for ego, for prestige. Some of them do it as terrorists. Some of them do it because they are just sad. They are sadists. And they derive joy in just making other people sad, right? So there's cybersecurity engineering, there's a cybersecurity consultant, there is governance, chief information security officer, there is cybercrime investigation. That's where we have the cybercrime analyst, cybercrime investigator, malware analyst. So what do these guys do when there has been a breach? When there has been when there's been a case of fraud, here, this is where we have forensics. There's a case of fraud, then you bring in this cybersecurity, cybercrime investigators, malware analysts, or when a malware infects an organization. So they come in. There's networking. Now, I also have to say this, because some people will come and say, oh, you know, I want to learn cybersecurity, but sir, I think I need to learn networking. I need to go and learn CCNA, CCMP, CCIE, then I can come back to learn. No. So in cybersecurity, you will learn networking, but you will learn the networking that will help you to secure networks. You don't have to be a network engineer in order to secure networks. As a matter of fact, you can be a network engineer and you will not be able to secure the networks, right? So these things are very important, very, very important. Of course, a network security engineer, we have knowledge of networking, but like I said, knowledge of networking, because network security is different from networking. A network administrator is different from a network security engineer, because this one is focused on, the administrator is focusing on administration, you know, whereas the engineer is focused on the network security, is on securing the network. So he's tilted towards the security side of things. Now there is the offensive. So when you hear things like vulnerability management, a pen tester, ethical hacker, they're all under offensive. That is the offensive side. Things like SOC, those are operations. That is the defensive side. So junior pen tester, penetration tester, team lead pen tester, vulnerability tester. So they're trying to hack, oh, come and hack my organization so that we can look at the loopholes in our organization, so that we can look at the vulnerability in our organization. So we don't wait for an hacker to do this and is demanding for money or he wants to bring us down. So, you know, these are very important. Like, yeah. So there's operations, that is the SOC, security analyst, security administrator. There's privacy, data protection. Very powerful field. Data protection is an interesting field. It's a career on its own. There is sales. And anybody can fit into sales. What is cybersecurity sales? It's like a pre-sales engineer. Not everybody can sell cybersecurity solutions. It takes a cybersecurity expert to be able to sell a cybersecurity solution, right? It takes a cybersecurity expert to sell a cybersecurity solution. So that's another field, sales. And there are many cybersecurity solutions out there. Many companies securing organizations, and there is threat. What is the threat? The threat is the threat hunter. That is the threat hunter. That is the guy who searches the dark web, to look out for threats out there. So let me just break it down here. If you have a bank that was hacked 2 months ago, and you are operating in the banking sector, the work of the threat intelligence analyst in your organization or the threat hunter is to check out what happened to that other bank. What led to that hack? Was it a malware? Was it a ransomware? Was it a Trojan horse? Was it phishing? How did they do it? Through what medium? Was it at the network level? Was it at the data level? Was it at the people level? And when he gets all these facts, to report to your organization, to advise them against the potential threat, because whatever happens to bank A is coming to bank B. But aside that, even if there has been no breach yet in that industry, the threat hunter is in the dark web. He's sniffing around like a dog, sniffing around, looking at what is really going on in the dark web. What are the latest things guys are using? What are the latest things hackers are using? What are the latest technologies out there? And ensuring that the organization is protected. So the threat hunter is a CIA, is the DSS, is the KGB, is the MI6 of cybersecurity. They are the intelligence agency. They don't wait for problems to happen. They preempt problems. So this is why this cybersecurity field is a lovely field. There is something for everybody. There is something for everybody, right? So back to my slide. Okay, so I think Ranjan is right here with us. Yeah, he's right here with us tonight. So he will be joining us, and we'll just have a chat with him. We'll have a chat with him, and for a few minutes. Ranjan is one of our tutors in Agital. Yeah, he's one of our tutors in Agital. And so Ranjan, you're welcome. You are now the host, Ranjan.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah. So can we see your screen? Can we see your face? Okay.
Yeah, hi everyone.
So,
Hi, this is
hi,
Niranjan Raja.
Ranjan. Yeah, you're welcome to tonight's session. It's nice having you here. So I've been talking for the past 45 minutes to our students
Okay.
on opportunities in cybersecurity. And many of them already know you, your profile, and the institutes you've taught at. So the first question I want to ask is, from your 10 years of experience as an ethical hacker, you have worked for government, the Indian government, the Nepalese army, and many other institutes out there. So the question is, can people without a computer science background, people without a tech background, can they transition to tech? Can they become penetration testers, ethical hackers, just by attending a 6-month boot camp? Can you share your experience with us on that? Yeah.
Say hi everyone. First of all, very good morning to all of you. Myself Niranjan Raja, and I'm a cybersecurity expert. So the question is like, if you do not have any knowledge in this cybersecurity, yeah, you can start your career in this penetration testing. Apart from this penetration testing, we have lots of job roles, which start with cybersecurity analyst, cybersecurity engineers, penetration tester, and senior cybersecurity analyst job roles is there. So any people having any kind of different background can start their careers with this cybersecurity part, because every tutorials part, even every syllabus is related to the like start with the very basic fundamental security part to the advanced level of cybersecurity. Even as a trainer, we also recommend the students to give the time where we whatever things I'll give you, you can also give the extra time to learn about all these topics, because maybe we have certain days to complete the chapters, but you have lots of time where you can practice and practice with the certain things. So it's all about how you make yourself free to learn all this kind of objective. Because if we talk about the cybersecurity, every day we have a new challenges. Every day we have the new things. Like recently they have added the AI in the cybersecurity part, then multi language things are there, programming language are there, network fundamental are there. So obviously you can make your career in this field cybersecurity if you have the knowledge of any IT background, any computer background or not. But every session will start with the very basic fundamental part. It will start with the basic of networking, basic IT skill, like understanding like how the network operate is crucial. And we are going to learn about like resources like network fundamental, topologies, IP addressing, and obviously as a hacker, how we can implement such kind of knowledge like in cybersecurity field. Then we have some fundamental knowledge like basic of uh, uh, you can say IT skills, like learning about operating system, command line interface, some basic programming part is there. Okay. Even we have the practical labs also. So when I start teaching you with the online practical lab, automatically you can understand each and every activities, because the main thing is the practical part. So we will go through the practical things like threat analysis, penetration testing, security architectures, online lab with the simulations, like how the actual hackers practice with the tools, and some scripted things are there. Then I will also teach you like how you can go through the soft skills. Like sometimes people have this knowledge, but they won't speak in front of the recruiter. Like they do not know like how to speak, how to behave in front of the company. So I'll teach you that kind of thing also. Even, like most of the companies are looking for ATS type of friendly resume. ATS means automatic tracking system. Now, suppose if there is a vacancy within the company side, most of the people apply for the same kind of job roles. So how companies select only you? So it's now totally depend upon like what kind of skills you have and what kind of things means content you have in your resume. So this thing I'll also try to help you out, like what kind of things you can go with the particular things, the level of certifications, the level of knowledge, and how you can make all this kind of profile with your ATS resume things. So definitely I'll help you with all this point from the basic to the advanced skills from my side.
Okay. So Ranjan, the second question I also want, even though I've talked about it while talking, is we went through some of the jobs, and you see a situation where a job says, oh, okay, you don't have to have a bachelor's degree in IT. If you have work experience, that's fine. So how does a 6 months boot camp help to make up for that lack of work experience? So how do you help students of Agital to get um, what is equivalent to a work experience just by attending a 6 months bootcamp? And I was telling them about projects, but are these things really true over there? You have 10 years in this industry. So does project work equal work experience? I just want you to shed more light on it. So if I finish a 6 months bootcamp and I'm applying for a job, can I present my project as work experience? So please share more on that.
Yeah, definitely. See, first of all, anybody who do not have any bachelor's degree or you have any bachelor's degree, still you can apply for this kind of jobless in cybersecurity. So now these days, most of the company, they only want a knowledgeable person who have the knowledge in fundamental part of cybersecurity, penetration testing, vulnerability assessment. Even after getting the job, see, every companies are not same. They have their individual work functions, their own working capacities. So they will give you the training from their side also. And if you work for like company for 6 months or for the 1 year, they will give you free coupons from their side only. Like you can go with the particular certifications like CA, CASSP. So no need to worry about these days. Even we have lots of vacancies in a remote working kind of job roles. Okay, so the main part is to crack the interview. Even no any companies in now demanding for this bachelor's degree for the master's degree. If you have the knowledge, apply for the job roles, and when you selected for the jobs in the particular company, definitely they will give you the training as well as free coupons from their side, just to enhance your skills in the field of cybersecurity. Because every company, some company works with the firewall, some company works with the security, some company will work for the providing the security scenarios part, like working with the firewalls, Cisco packet routing, penetration tester, vulnerability assessment, all these kind of job roles are there. So we have multiple job roles. Even, every company now require the cybersecurity and job roles in their company, because maybe if you're from the alternative background, like management part is there. So without cybersecurity, how you can work as a management part also? Because management part means suppose you have an MBA degree, you have a master's degree, but you don't know like how to handle the data, how to work with the data. Then again, it can also like totally destruct the company's reputations also. Okay, so we have the lots of vacancies. Any people can apply for the job roles. Company itself will give you a training from their side. So in my case, I received 3 months proper training for the company. Even if you have this kind of bootcamp certifications, you can apply this bootcamp type of certifications and try to mention like this kind of like project you already worked with this, because in our syllabus, we already have this project work also. We have a small like yeah, you can say assignment also. We have minor project, we have major project, and generally after completing each and every particular topic, we generally take some MCQs. like how you can prepare for this MCQs. We have some assignment work also. So try to mention all these things within your resume. Like you have this kind of knowledge, you work with this project, and definitely company will ask you the questions from that part only. So try to first prepare yourself, like you have all this kind of project work details, you already have been through all this kind of activities. That will be very beneficial for getting the job from the market.
Okay, cool. So let's just give our viewers an idea of how you take our classes. And let's use the case study of the last class you took that you are still on with. So how do you go about the class? So where do you start from? What do they learn next before they get into penetration testing and ethical hacking? So just give them an overview of, okay, if you are coming on day one, no tech background, or maybe little knowledge of tech. So how do you start? Where do you start from? Then how do you move from beginner to intermediate to advanced? So just give them like an overview.
Okay,
Yeah.
see, actually, I was in my college when I first attended this cybersecurity webinar and seminar also. So that day I thought like I must go through with this cybersecurity background. But that time my total bachelor's degree was from electronics and you can say telecommunications. So it's very hard for me to make the career. But actually, there is a intensive training from the cybersecurity department in India. Even in every state, we have this police stations, we have this cybercrime branches. So easily, you also can apply for the internship in that government portal's website through the government portal website. So I applied for this internship in this cybercrime department, but that time I didn't completed my you can say certifications or my college degree, but still I applied for this cybersecurity you can say internship program with this Indian cyber security cyber crime cell. So after I get selected, they totally gave me the proper you can say cyber security training. But apart from this, I keep on working with as a freelancer with the other companies, like to find the bug, to working with the penetration tester, and this make like enhance my skills in this field. Even practice and practices, I have some labs also. Even I also share my labs tips, like how where you can practice with this penetration testing, vulnerability assessment, risk management part is also there. Some GDPR PCI kind of you can say framework is there. So after this 6 months, I got some contract with the Indian military, where I got some like where like to teach them about the cybersecurity awareness program. So I keep on teaching them all these things. But as a freelancer, I also like work with the other companies because Facebook also have this bug bounty program. So I was selected as a cyber, you can say security analyst from this Facebook.com also. You can find my name in some Facebook account, and you can also find my name in other department of this Indian overall, you can say government website. So I keep on working with my practices, like to finding the bug and reporting the bug with the company. So if you do all these kind of activities already, the company will list your name and fame with some huge, like you can say amount also. So this make myself like to properly like change my career to this cyber security part. But it was very dark time during this lockdown. Everybody faced this kind of situation. So I also faced this kind of situations. But actually in this lockdown, I started preparing myself, like how to teach the people, how to enhance my skills to teach, because working with as a cybersecurity analyst and teaching is two different point. So I keep on like researching on like what is the job roles are there, what kind of technologies the company has like are they are requiring for make their career in this cybersecurity part. And then I got selected with this Delhi universities. It is a very big universities in India. So basically in India we have two different universities, very high you can say named universities are there, like IITs and NITs. So I got selected there to teach the people. But on that time, like it is an entire lockdown within the country. I used to train with this remote working only, the Zoom applications. I got selected. So there I received a good like a response from the company, from the universities also. And rest is the history. Currently, I am working with lots of company, a huge company. Even if you search my name, I'm the top ranked hacker in India. So if you search my name, you can find my details over there. I keep on writing the books. I keep on uploading my videos. I keep on working with the other companies. So this one is all about me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. So I checked the questions, and someone was talking about the role of certification. So
Yeah.
in conclusion tonight, I just want you to tell our viewers the importance of certifications, both the free certifications and the paid certifications. And we have CC, and we have CompTIA Security Plus. Of course, there are others, but can you just shed more light on the importance of cybersecurity certifications for people who are trying to break through into cybersecurity? Yeah.
See, actually, there's nothing free in this world now.
Hmm.
If anybody is giving you free certificate, means they're advertising their institute name, their company name. And if you submit this kind of like certifications to the company, they can easily recognize like where you have already taken this certifications. So most of the company will go with the premium certifications only. Even in these days, like many people are selling some pirated kind of videos.
Yes,
They're
exactly.
using these alternative things. But company do verify all these certifications in the background thing also. So when you're selected by the company, they keep on researching about you. They keep on tracking your details. Now these days we have this LinkedIn, so most of the company can see easily, they can know your history with the help of your profile only, because in your LinkedIn account already you have uploaded all this kind of certifications, your all experience working with the company, or if you're a fresher, they can track these all activities. Even they can track the number ID which is mentioned through these certifications. So they know like where you have this knowledge, from where you have received this certification. They go with the background verifications with the companies also. So better and better always go with the repetitive certifications from the institute. Nothing is free in the world. Even if you go with the free certifications, obviously they won't give you can say proper, you can say justifications about this knowledge in cybersecurity. So always try to get trained with the certified trainer only, because they know like how to teach, what to teach, and what is the running things we have these days now. Okay, never go with these recorded videos or pirated kind of things. As I can see on the internet, people keep on downloading the study materials from the Google, from the pirated website, like torrent website. There's no any use of such kind of things. Always go with the trend. Recently, suppose if we have some vulnerabilities, so always try to go with the vulnerabilities. Today we have Windows 11, so try to go with the security part within this Windows 11 only. I don't know why the other trainer are teaching with the old version of Windows operating system like XP and 7. There's no use of working with such kind of scenario based things. If there's Windows 12, then go with the Windows 12. If we have Windows 11, then go with the Windows 11 vulnerability and security features.
Okay, so Ranjan, thanks for that. So my final question tonight is for our viewers who will be attending some of your classes, what should they be expecting at your classes?
Yeah.
Right. So what should they
Basically,
be expecting?
dear students, I believe in the practical part first, because I keep on giving you some live-based scenario options, like where you can practice a thing. Even everything I'll give you from my side. It should be a good ebooks. I'll give you videos. I'll give you the entire toolkits. Like something secretly we have also our resources, like our tools. You cannot find all these tools on internet, you can say. So something we have secretly where only I can share with you, because sometimes like if you go through the practical part, sometimes it includes some legal activities also, but sometimes illegal activities also. Because see, as a practitioner, you need to learn both of the things. Like suppose if somebody hacked your PC, they change your password, then you need to perform as a same black hat hacker as the other hackers do. So I'll teach you all the things from my side. I'll give you the tools, I'll give you the operating system, I'll give you the resources, ebooks, everything from my side. But whatever I'll give you, it should be between you and me, because it's all about our company's reputations. Because our main intention is to teach you from the very basic level to the advanced level of cybersecurity. That's why we are totally different from the other institute, you can say. Okay, we believe in the practical scenario based things. I'll give you the project, I'll give you the assignment, I'll give you the MCQs questions, and you will enjoy our upcoming classes. Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, then the last question, which could be very funny, but let me just ask this, right? Just for our viewers. So, have there been situations where you were employed by an organization to hack into their company, and when you eventually hacked into their company, what was the response of the organization like? How did they feel when they realized that you broke into their system? I'm talking of ethical hacking. I just want you to share with us a scenario where you were contracted by a company to hack into the organization, and when you did, how did they respond?
See, actually, when I find some bug, then definitely I'll try to consult with the company support team. Like I have this kind of bug. Officially, first of all, I send them my profile. Like I have more than 10 years of expertise in this
Okay,
penetration
so if I
testing.
get you right, so you'd actually even identify the bug and reach out to them. So you don't
Yeah,
even wait for them to, you don't wait for them to contract you. Interesting.
no,
Hmm.
because see, if I find the like bug, it's my
Hmm.
responsibility to tell them about this thing because they have their developer team. Okay.
Hmm.
So they don't believe in the developer team because they know how to develop a website, how to develop a network, but they don't know how to find the vulnerabilities. This is the major difference between a programmer and a cybersecurity expert. So I make
Hmm.
a proper report, like this is the vulnerability report. And after getting, you can say, submissions by the company, they will give me the bug bounty amount. They will list my name to their, you can say, official website. And
Hmm.
they'll give me the job also. Like you can go with the freelancing work, try to secure my like website, my network. So sometimes we need to work in this environment. And
Hmm.
obviously, when you work for the company, we have the other chance companies also. They will
Hmm.
recommend your name to the other companies, and then the other company will consult you. Like we have this kind of job roles. You can
Hmm.
continue for finding the bug. You can make the report, and after getting the NOC, because we need to wait for the NOC, because without their permissions, if you try to find the bug or if you're trying to make some change in the website, they can take a legal action against you also.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to
Mm-hmm.
wait for the non-objection certifications. And after getting the certifications, now we work for the company. There's a contract for 1 year, for 2 years, like I'll give you the full year protections with these
Hmm.
packages. And then you start working with the company itself. So it's now
Hmm.
up to you whether you work as a freelancer or sometimes company do also hire us on a contractual basis or for the full-time basis also.
Hmm. Okay, so if I would summarize, so there are times that you observe bugs in an organization's product and you reach out to them
Yeah.
to inform them that there's a bug that you've identified. So how do most of those organizations respond when you reach out to them? Do they just
See,
ignore, or
no,
do they say,
never,
"Oh,
never.
let's"? So let me hear from you. What's their
No,
response
no,
like?
no. See, it's
Mm.
actually the companies, you can say reputations in the market. So when you
What is
apply
it?
for, it's all about company reputations in the market. So
Hmm.
definitely they will reply back. Even they will ask your number. Please tell me what is the bug about. Please send me some
Hmm.
report. Because,
Hmm.
suppose if somebody suppose, see, everything now we have the online things. We can make transactions online. We can purchase the things online. We can make
Hmm.
payment through the online processes. Means
Hmm.
everything is now dependent upon the online activities. So if there is any vulnerability with these online services, you can
Hmm.
understand like how loss they will face in the market, even their company's reputations also. So they will
Hmm.
give you acute feedback from their side.
Hmm.
Even lots of the company have this bug bounty report. Okay, they offer this bug bounty things to the other people also. Like you can search as a Facebook bug bounty, Google bug bounty, and other companies are also have this kind of even portal where you can submit this kind of things. Okay, so
Hmm.
definitely they will call you, they will message you, they will ping you
Hmm.
for this kind of things, and they will offer you a good handsome amount also if you find these
Hmm.
kind of things.
I get that. I get that. Interesting, Ranjan. Like, Abid will be joining us very soon. So it's been a
Definitely.
wonderful time with you tonight. And I know that the students will also find your classes very interesting in digital. Right. So thanks for coming around tonight. Really appreciate. So do have a wonderful time.
You too.
Uh, bye for now. See you in the classes.
Yeah,
Bye.
sure. Bye everyone.
Yeah.
Bye. Take care.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Yeah. So that was Ranjan with us. And we're just sharing thoughts on pen testing, which is his specialty, right? So Abid will be joining us in 3 minutes, but before he joins us, let me, if you are still with me, can I see your hands? Can I see your hands if you are with me? Can I see your hands? So let me go back to my slide while I wait for Abid to join us. So how to break into cybersecurity without a tech background. So I'll just list it out here. So number one is you need a boot camp. That's just it. And here I will just tell you about the digital way and how we do our things. So first of all, our training is both technical and non-technical. So when I mean non-technical, I'm not talking of theory. What I mean is we cover the technical parts, which are SOC, pen testing, threat intelligence, cloud security part. Then the non-technical is the GRC, that is the governance, risk, and compliance, data protection. So anything relating to the non-technical. So this is the 6-month boot camp. 6 months boot camp. But the interesting thing about our training is that training does not end even at the end of your 6 months boot camp. So there's something called career coaching. So the career coaching starts from the first month of your training, but it doesn't end. And career coaching is twice a month, right? So while the technical trainings is Saturdays and Sundays, which is 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. UK time, the career coaching is on Sundays, but that's twice a month on Sundays, right? So now, but like I said, even when you're done with your technical classes, your career coaching does not end. Your career coaching goes on till you get a job. And even when you get a job, you still continue, because what do we do in the career coaching classes? So here's what we do. We sort out your CV. It's very essential. Sort out your LinkedIn profile. Very important too. Your LinkedIn profile is well optimized. Interview prep, because for us, it's a process. You attend the training, you master the technical skill, you develop your CV, you build your LinkedIn profile, you start going for interviews, remote job websites, how you can apply to these jobs, ways around it. Here, certifications and passing certifications. Passing the certifications that you need to take, right? And at the career coaching sessions too, you still continue working on your portfolio of projects. So that is what career coaching session is all about. So that is why it's ongoing. Now, when you attend the training with us in digital, you get a work reference from, very important. You get a work reference from our UK sister company. We've done that for a couple of students who needed a work reference done for them, right? And you can always do this. So that is career coaching, because this is actually what you need, interview prep. So this is ongoing, because the way it works is some students, while the training is going on, they already start going for interviews, and some of them get jobs, but some, it's after the training. So we don't leave you after the training and just, no. Because digital is a community, and that is why when we shared our brochures on the group, you see that we have a lot of tutors. So you wonder, oh, why do you have all these tutors? Because of the career coaching. That's why we have all these tutors, because of the career coaching. So they are there to help with the career coaching process, right? So I think Abid, let me see if Abid is here. Abid should be joining us. Abid is a technical recruiter. Okay, yeah, Abid is here. I need to bring Abid in. Abid is a technical recruiter. He has worked at Microsoft. He has worked as Microsoft as a technical recruiter, worked at Uber, worked at Teradata, and worked at LinkedIn as a technical recruiter. So Abid is a career coach at Digital Consulting. He helps to prepare our students for the job market, right? So like I said, we have technical tutors and we have career coaches. So the career coaches make you job ready. and they stay with you till you get your job, from your application to your interviews, to your CV, to LinkedIn profile. They just prepare you. So just see them as your buddy, as they always call it. So you're welcome once again, Abid. It's nice seeing your face again. So how is the UK today?
Thank you for having me. Thank you for the warm welcome. The UK is doing good. We've got some nice weather this week, which, if you know the UK well, you will know it's a rarity for us. So we're basking in some sh sunshine finally.
Mm, well, interesting. That's good to know. So, and how was I think you had a career coaching session today with the students.
We had a career coaching session last week.
Okay,
Yes,
it was last week.
last
Okay,
week. Yes.
okay. So,
And
how did it go?
yeah, and for those of you that attended, thank you for your feedback and your attention paying throughout the 2 hours. So we actually talked a lot, and in
Mm,
fact, we used the whole 2 hours to talk about
mm,
LinkedIn optimization. Uh,
mm,
and the key from that session was basically let's sort out your digital
mm,
profile first because
mm,
you know, actually, literally the whole world
mm,
can see your digital
mm,
profile, and then
mm,
we'll move on to the sort of to your CV, your
mm,
paper profile.
mm,
So we had a very interactive and a very
mm.
enjoyable session last week on LinkedIn.
Interesting. So, for our incoming students watching us tonight, the first question I want to ask is, when recruiters see a CV or they
Hmm.
checked out the LinkedIn profile of an applicant for a job, a tech job, what are they actually looking for? What prompts them to invite the student for the interview? Because you have a lot of people saying, oh, I apply. They don't even call me for interviews, right?
Hmm.
So what do recruiters look out for? Why do some applicants apply and they never get called for interviews? So can you just
Okay.
explain that process to
Yes.
our viewers? Yeah.
Sure, sure. Yep, you've thrown me in the deep end, which I like. Thank you for that. Okay, so in terms of when a job advert is
Mm,
live on
mm,
LinkedIn or Reed or Total Jobs or Indeed, any job board, you've got to remember that there has been a process and that job, or as we call it internally, that requisition has gone through loads of stages, perhaps.
mm,
It's gone through a bit of a journey before getting
mm,
onto that particular job board. And this links
mm,
in with what I'm going to, with your question in terms of what do recruiters look for. So
mm,
before that job even goes out live, the recruiters had a minimum of, I would say, 2 conversations with the hiring manager. The
mm,
recruiter perhaps has also had a conversation or two with other members of that particular team,
mm,
maybe the hiring manager's manager, even in some cases, and is very well versed or should be very well versed to
mm,
that particular organization within the business or that particular segment within the
mm,
business. Okay. So
mm,
when you are dealing with somebody from the other side, let's just take,
mm,
I know we talk about LinkedIn a lot, so I'm not going to use LinkedIn today as an example. Let's
mm,
take Uber. Okay. So let's say Uber are looking for somebody specific. So 9 times out of 10, that recruiter will be a specialist in that particular field.
mm,
Okay. And they'll know a lot about that part of the organization that Uber are hiring for anyway. Okay. So
mm,
naturally, when a job advert goes live, in some cases, in many cases, considering the market trends at the moment, in many cases, recruiters are absolutely inundated with CVs. So it's a bit like a ticking time bomb, really. As soon as the job goes live, it's boom, boom, boom,
mm,
boom, 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 CV, 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 CV,
mm,
CV.
mm,
So um, I want to give you that context because
mm,
sometimes it's quite when you get a rejection, you sometimes think, well, they've not even bothered to look at my CV. So I think it's important for our listeners out there to be given this context. And in some cases, myself included, whenever a job has gone live, I have personally had in excess of 100 CVs, sometimes in excess of even 150 to 180 CVs. And because then sometimes I'm so inundated, I have to close that job down temporarily whilst I sift through that mountain of CVs. And I think I speak for a lot of recruiters there to say that, that is becoming the trend more and more, basically. So we've got 100 odd CVs. Let's put yourself in this situation because it's nice, I think, to be able to take you on a journey from a recruiter's point of view, really. So we've had a couple of conversations with the hiring manager. Let's recap. Okay, we've maybe had a conversation or two with the team members. Perhaps we've recruited other members on that particular team as well, so we know them already. And we've had a conversation perhaps with the director, with that manager's manager as well, which is totally, not unrealistic. It happens. And now we've got 100 odd CVs to sift through. Okay, so what we are going to do definitely is re-look at or rehash our notes that we had when we spoke to the hiring manager, look at the team dynamics as well, and look at the absolute non-negotiables in that particular role. So if it's a role, I don't know, based in Germany, let's say, okay, we know that the German language is an absolute must. There's no compromise on that, okay? So straight away, we are going to we use two words actually. We will say we're either going to regret the CVs that do not have a German speaking element to it, or we are just going to disqualify them automatically because that's a non-negotiable. Everyone else in the team speaks German. We need that person to speak German. Okay. So that's just one example. We will also look at location as well. It plays quite a large part. So, if we're looking to recruit in Berlin, and let's just say that the office requires the job requires someone to be in the office a couple of days a week, then it's a pretty good idea, I think, to sort of start off with that pool of talent first that is closest to Berlin, because they're more likely to accept the job. They're less, more likely to sort of come into the office because that's a must. So we will look at location. We will look at the language skill set. Sometimes we will look at the number of years of experience because, of course, if we're hiring maybe, let's say an account executive, a senior account executive, chances are if you've got a year or 2 years experience, you're not going to be right for that role because we are not looking for a junior position. So that's maybe a lesson for people listening out on the call first, in terms of always look at the sort of the number of years of experience that job is advertising for. Sometimes you think, okay, I'll just be a little bit daring and again, I'll apply. Okay, there's probably no harm in you doing that. No one's saying but don't apply, but the chances are, if it says 6 years experience and if you've got one or two, chances are that you're not going to get the role. So let me tell you a little trick on how to overcome that and maybe still get the best relationship from that recruiter. So let's just say, Adebayo, you're recruiting for that role in Germany, okay? And you have that German language skill, but it's looking for 6 years. They want someone with 2 years of experience. Sometimes on some job boards, including LinkedIn, okay, you can actually get a notification, or it does tell you who that recruiter is that's recruiting for that particular role. Okay, so if you think you have all the skill sets there, but you are not the senior person that they are looking for, you're a junior account executive, hey, that's a great opportunity to maybe send an email or an email to that particular recruiter and say, look, I realize absolutely that I'm not the right fit for this particular role. Okay. but I do have maybe 1 year's worth of experience or 2 years worth of experience. Can you please consider me? Here's a copy of my CV. Okay, they might acknowledge, they might not acknowledge. That's another session for another day. Okay, but the point is, you've made that initial contact with the recruiter. And even if that recruiter doesn't maybe even acknowledge you, okay, they might still remember you by name, as in they saw your name popping up on their emails. So that's a great inroad. If you can't get the name of the recruiter on the advert, okay, then the other thing that you can do with LinkedIn, research the company. So let's just say it's Uber, okay? And then when you scroll across on the company profile, you can look at the people that work in the company as well. So if you do that, okay, and then I don't know if there is a search function, but if you scroll down, you'll probably find the recruiters that work for that particular company. So that's another way to connect with your recruiters as well. So a couple of things there just quickly, and I know we always go over, but just to add a couple of other things there. Other things that recruiters will definitely look for, because remember, if I'm, and I have many, as a recruiter, many other pressures as well. Time pressures. I'm not dealing with just this one role. I'm dealing with about 12, 15, 18, sometimes even 20 plus roles. Okay. So every role has a different deadline. So if you put yourself, again, painting a picture, if you put yourself in the shoes of the recruiter, you know, you've got 20 different hiring managers, you know, banging out at you, Abid CVs from one direction to the other. And I'm trying to please 20 different hiring managers. Okay. What I want to do is I want to make my life easier. I want to sift through those CVs, and I don't want to be confronted with spelling, grammatical errors, as we touched upon last time. I don't want to be confronted with CVs that look unprofessional. So all these, I know, you know, some of our listeners might be thinking, well, obviously that's an obvious, but again, you will be surprised the number of CVs and the number of spelling, grammatical errors that appear on CVs. So please, please, please double, triple check your CVs, because, you know, chances are if I've got 100 to go through and the first few I see have got grammatical errors, well, I've got loads to bounce back off, right? So that's the mentality, is, okay, I've got loads to bounce off. And the reason why I'll go to the next one is because I'll quite simply think, okay, you're applying for a job in a prestigious organization that everybody knows. And goodness, whoever you are, you can't even be bothered to spruce up your CV or even just to check your CV for grammatical errors. Hang on, I've got 99 other CVs. Let me go to one of them. Okay, so again, I'm trying to paint a picture this time during our conversation of the life of a recruiter and our internal pressures. Everybody's saying, you know, once we get a new role coming in, the hiring manager is your best friend, because the hiring manager, the only thing the hiring manager wants, CVs, CVs, and CVs of good people.
So I have one more question, because of our time, right? So at the interviews, what really happens at the interviews, and how does the recruitment team choose the successful candidate? So based on what you said, these candidates are scaled through the CVs, and you actually said a lot, and I know the listeners will still listen to the replay, but I was actually gotten to the interview, and I know there are going for interviews is a system on its own. It's a course on its own. But just because tonight of our limited time, so at the interview, if you could just give us like 2 or 3 points that makes a candidate to stand out. I know there are more than that, but
Sure. Absolutely. So what happens in an interview, and some people might think, well, it's just the hiring manager. We speak with the recruiter first. The recruiter puts us through to the hiring manager. We speak to the hiring manager, and then that's it. Or we might speak to another person. But in fact, what actually happens is at the end of the sort of whole session, what we like to do is, or what we do, I guess I should say, is we actually corroborate as a full unit. Okay, so I, as a recruiter, will or should have as much input in the hiring decision as the hiring manager and as the third person or the second person that's interviewed, that's been involved in the interview process. Okay, so what we will normally do, we will absolutely look at one of the main things that we will look at. We will absolutely be interested in the students' excitement and enthusiasm levels. And this is something that's been repeated to me time and time again in many, many conversations. And I've said it time and time again in many recruitment talent acquisition meetings is everything else we can teach. But the only thing that we cannot teach in any organization is excitement, enthusiasm. Now, if you come to an interview equipped with excitement and enthusiasm, we can teach you everything else. And if you sort of look at that into context and put that into context, I mean, you've got loads and loads of excitement, enthusiasm, and that willingness to learn versus somebody who ticks all the boxes but comes across in the interview as really, really dry, really, really monotone. We're going to think, hang on, what we want to do as a talent acquisition team, and I'm going to share this with you, and I'll come back to the question, is what good organizations want to do essentially is they want to recruit a candidate successfully. They then want to onboard that candidate. They absolutely want to develop that candidate. Okay, they want that candidate to engage with other people. So, and then basically once that candidate is ready, hopefully that candidate then either leaves that company or goes on to their what we would call internally as their next play within that company. Okay, so it's like a sort of a learning curve, and talent acquisition recruitment are right at the beginning of that learning curve. So what we do, we look at these things. We think when a person is going to come into this company, okay, we'll onboard them successfully, okay, but the next point in the journey, the next stage in the journey is development. But if right at the beginning we're seeing signs of a dull candidate who's just giving one-word answers and is very monotone, we're thinking, how are we going to develop this candidate? Because this candidate is not giving us any signals of positivity whatsoever. So maybe this company is not right for this candidate. So we look at number two. Okay, candidate number two. Okay, we're looking for maybe 5 years of experience. Has only got 4 at a push. But by God, was that candidate really engaging? Was he full of questions? And was that candidate, full of enthusiasm? By God, yeah. We will then make that decision 9 times out of 10 to say, actually, we'll go for the second candidate, although they don't tick all the boxes, okay? That enthusiasm, because at the end of the day, we don't want a candidate for obvious reasons that we cannot develop. Because if you are not willing to develop, we cannot develop you. What's going to happen to that candidate? 6 months' time, that candidate's going to get bored. That candidate will probably leave. Where does that leave a company? Again, I'm giving you a lot of behind the scenes information here. Where does that candidate then leave the company? We have got another cost of hiring, cost of doing interviews, because all of this, remember, takes time, and time in any organization is money. So it's absolutely pivotal that when we make those decisions, that we look for the candidate with a high level of engagement and enthusiasm that basically oozes through a call or face-to-face. So that is absolutely a must. Okay, what other things will we look at? We will absolutely look at their previous experience. If that role has said that it needs this much experience, okay, we'll have a look at the type of experience that candidate has. We will absolutely have a look at how their notice period in some cases, but that's never the be all and end all. But you know, notice depending on how quickly we want somebody as well. So it's a whole load of things that we do look at because it's like a you know, a small cog in a really big sort of set of cogs, okay? And so all of these things matter. The way you present yourself, your enthusiasm, your excitement levels, your experience, your background, what you want to do next in your journey, sort of, you know, what type of language you are using in your interview, whether it's professional or whether it's just, you know, slouching on your chair, gangster type, really give a boss type of language. So it's all these little one percenters that I like to call that add up to make the bigger picture.
Interesting. Okay, so thanks for that. Because of our time, finally, at the career coaching sessions for the incoming students, what should they be expecting from you at the career coaching sessions? What do you have in store for them?
Oh, okay. We have a lot in store. Yeah, as I say, really enjoyed the last session. So in the previous session, we spoke about our digital profile and our digital reputation as well. We spoke a little bit about you know, other social media like Twitter and Facebook and what you put in there, and you know, the sort of it's out there for the whole world to see. And particularly now in a volatile, you know, we live in a very volatile world these days. You know, some people do get led astray. So to be very mindful of that. So we covered all of that. We covered LinkedIn. So in our next session, we will look more into our sort of paper or word format CV and how to actually do a CV and how you can phrase yourself and how you can put yourself in the best possible light, best possible position. We'll also do sessions on interview prep, as you know, we're talking about interviews right now. We'll look into job boards as well and where to find these jobs, and a host of other stuff, maybe things in terms of, you know, how to find work as a volunteer. So basically those are the main core topics that we are going to be exploring together, I may add. As always, and as I said in the last session, I'm always open to suggestions from our lovely listeners and participants into what else they want me to, or what else we should dive in together collectively.
Okay, thank you very much, Bid, for coming around tonight. And I believe the students will also meet you at the career coaching session. So thanks for your time. I really appreciate. So
No
let me just
problem.
round off with the students, right? So we'll see in the class. Yeah.
Perfect.
Bye.
We'll see you
Yeah.
soon. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. Bye. Yeah. So people. So sorry, that was a mistake. That was a mistake from Abid. But we just have a few things and we're done. So the program will start this Saturday. Class starts this Saturday, and classes are Saturdays and Sundays. 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. So the program is for 6 months. It's for 6 months, and it's 350 British pounds for the training. If you have questions, you can ask questions. 350 British pounds. For those who are doing instrumental, it is 250 British pounds and 200 British pounds for the instrumental training. So that's it. So if you have questions, we can ask Questions at this point. The meeting was mistakenly ended. The meeting was mistakenly ended, and if you have questions, we are back. So, are there questions? Are there questions? So, if you have questions, just drop your question at the chat. Yeah, so I've answered that it costs 350 British pounds. It costs 350 British pounds. It's 6 months training, 350 British pounds, and it's 3 months training, right? I said we're starting this Saturday. The training starts this Saturday. This Saturday. The training starts this Saturday, 10th of August. 10th August. Training starting this Saturday, 10th of August. Yeah, there's a payment plan. You can do 2 times installment, 250 British pounds and 250 British pounds. So that's the payment plan for those who want to do the payment plan. I never said 6 months, 3 months. It's 6 months technical. Yes, you can pay in Naira. You can pay in Naira. So you can also pay in Naira. So the training is 6 months technical training, but the career coaching continues. It's 6 months technical training, but the career coaching continues after that. The career coaching continues after that. So it's 6 months technical training, but career coaching does not end. Well, the only thing we do is we do this kind of training. So we don't have any other kind of training like those who are looking for work experience. No. So it's a complete training. So we do the technical training, you do the career coaching, we give you work reference and all those stuff. So that it's a complete program. So we don't break it into parts. It's a complete program, right? It's a totally complete program. So that's how it's done. That's how it's done. It's a totally complete program, right? It's a totally complete program. Are there other questions? Do we have other questions? Do we have other questions? Okay. Of course, if you pay at once, you get a discount of £100. So that's why you pay £350 if you pay at once. But if you are doing 2 times payment, you pay £250 and £200, right? For 2 times payment, you pay £250 and £200 for 2 times payments, right? So that's how it works. Right, so that's it. Yeah, the total cost is £350. That is if you are paying at once, you enjoy £100 discount. If you are paying at once, you enjoy £100 discount. But if you are doing 2 times payments, that means you pay £250 now, then you pay another £200 by September. Right, so that's how it works. To make payments, just WhatsApp. To make payments, you WhatsApp this number. So an invoice will be generated for you. WhatsApp. So invoice will be generated. And once the invoice is generated, you can pay with PayPal or your debit or credit card, right? With your credit or debit card. And you can also pay in Naira. If you want to pay in Naira, you can make payments in Naira too. So just let us know. So once the invoice is generated for you, you'll pay with the through the invoice. You can use your PayPal, you can pay with a credit card, you can pay with a debit card. Right. So that's how it works. Right. So let me check other questions that you have. So we said it's 350 pounds. Okay, I've sorted out how do we make payments. Right. Right. So Ken is saying I enrolled. Yeah, of course, the UK class is different. The UK class is totally different. Right. So you can message on WhatsApp for more details. This is a totally different class. Right. So you can message me on WhatsApp for more details. So the UK class is for people in the European region who want to get jobs in the European region in UK, and the career coaches and the tutors are different. So we are focused on you transitioning in the United Kingdom, right? So, all right, that's why we are here. Emmanuel is asking if there are opportunities as regard visa sponsorship. If there are opportunities as regards visa sponsorship. So that's just it. Like, the career coaches will help with all that. And it's very simple. Like I said on the group, I have 2 of our cybersecurity coaches who have jobs right now in the UK. They are part of our coaches, and it was based on visa sponsorship. So they will come around in the classes and share these opportunities with you. They'll come around and they will share these opportunities with you during your career coaching classes. So that is why we have the career coaching classes, right? So they come around and they share the opportunities with you, right? So there are always opportunities for visa sponsorship, right? Of course, you have to put in the work, you have to apply. So the challenge with a lot of people, and that was why I had to respond to that comment on the group, is that you see an individual who applies to 2 or 3 jobs and he doesn't get it, and next thing he says there are no jobs, right? So, that it doesn't work that way. Next thing he comes and says there are no jobs. Or somebody says, oh, you need security clearance. You applied for certain jobs and they ask for security clearance, but it doesn't mean all jobs ask for security clearance. I showed you today over 3,000 jobs that were posted last week. So just go for the jobs that you meet the requirements, right? So that's just it. Some jobs don't offer visa sponsorships, but some companies do. So it's just that simple. But you could just sit down and say, this and this, and not do anything. But whereas there are people who are taking their chances, taking the opportunities, and getting ahead. So why not be part of those people, right? So just be part of those people, right? So what else do we need to do? Any other question that I've not attended to? I still have 8 minutes here. Right? So let me take your questions. Let me still take your questions. If you have any questions, I'm right here. So Kenny, just reach out to me. Like I've told you, just reach out to me, right? Just send me a message on WhatsApp and let's sort that out, right? So that's it, Kenny, right? So are there other questions that people want to ask? Okay, Emmanuel said it was a great session. Yes, it was, except that the meeting was mistakenly ended, but we are back now. Oh, Aziz is saying, is there any practical involved? The program is practicals. The program is almost 100% practicals. So, because that's what cybersecurity about. It's not about theory. Cybersecurity is not about theory. It's 100% practical. So the program is almost 100% practicals. So get ready for serious practicals. Well, what do I need to do aside the payments? Nothing. Just be ready to learn. Have a laptop, 6 gig RAM or higher, and be ready to learn. That's all. That's the only thing you need to do, right? So once you are ready to learn and you have a 6 gig RAM laptop or higher, then welcome to Agital. Welcome to Agital. As this is saying, I'm afraid of coding. I've said it times without number. Cybersecurity has nothing to do with programming, right? You're not doing programming. You're making use of tools, right? You're making use of tools. So that's it. So no need to be afraid of programming. So engineer KOK is saying, how often are the classes? How many Saturdays? So classes are Saturdays and Sundays. Let me write it out again. Saturdays and Sundays. That is 6 p.m. to, no, sorry. Saturdays and Sundays, 7 p.m. UK time. 7 p.m. UK time to 9 p.m. UK time. 7 p.m. UK time to 9 p.m. So that's that about the classes. So are there other questions? I still have 5 minutes to go. Okay. Any other question so classes are Saturdays and Sundays, 7 p.m. UK time to 9 p.m. UK time. Yeah. So that's it for the classes. Okay, I think there's another question. So Diamond is saying he was not audible enough, right? So Ranjan does not take all the classes. He takes some of the classes and replays are available. So there are many tutors. That is why if you go through our brochure, there are many tutors. So we have Nigerians, we have Ranjan, there is Abid, there is Nelson. So there are many tutors. So you are not going to have just one tutor. There are tutors. So don't worry about that. And there are teaching assistants too that will help you out, right? So we'll be working on firewall appliances. Well, any knowledge will help you out. I can see here you are saying, I hope my network security, it will help you out, of course, but come in ready to learn because there's a lot to learn. So come in ready to learn because there's a whole lot to learn, right? So that is all I will say. That's all I will say. So I still have 4 minutes left. I have 4 minutes left. If you still have questions. So Diamond BJ is 350 pounds if you are paying one-time payment. If you are doing one-time payment, that means you are enjoying £100 discount. That means you enjoy £100 discount. But if you are doing 2 times installment, that means you are doing 250 and £200. That's £450 for 2 times installment. So that is. So Aziz is asking for link to pay. So here's how it works. So you WhatsApp this number, the invoice will be generated for you. Once the invoice is generated, you can pay with your credit card, your debit card, or PayPal, as the case might be. So that's the process. So WhatsApp this number, you just give us your name and your email, and we generate the invoice for you. So we get you the link. So each link is customized for you. So that payment comes from you alone. So that's how it works with our organization, right? So once you are ready to pay, WhatsApp this number right here. And once you WhatsApp this number, the link will be generated for you and you can pay with your debit card, your credit card, or your PayPal, or any other card, as the case might be. So that's how it works. I have 2 minutes to go. I have 2 minutes to go. Right. So training starts this Saturday, 10th of August. Please don't forget that this Saturday, 10th of August. This Saturday, 10th of August. That is when training starts. Yeah. And registration ends this Friday, 9th August. So I still have 2 minutes left. So are there questions? Do we have questions? Do we have questions? I still have 2 minutes left to attend to any question that we might have. We have 2 minutes left. So, are there questions? Okay, so in the absence of, if you have for inquiries, for registration and inquiries, please WhatsApp +234-8077587734. So WhatsApp this number. You want to make payments, you want to register, WhatsApp this number and we'll take it up from there. So thank you people for your time. So see you all in the class. Don't forget, don't give in to analysis paralysis. The journey of 1,000 miles starts with a step taken. Take that steps now and get into the program. Bye for now. Bye for now. Yeah, bye.